Hello everybody, welcome to my Google Earth project. Today I'm going to be taking you through a recent trip my family and I took to Portland, Oregon. I'm going to be clicking my way through my project, so please bear with me. And the first stop is the Portland, Oregon International Airport. I am starting with the Portland, Oregon International Airport because first of all, I was so happy to be on this trip. We don't get to travel often, and so this was a real treat. In the picture, you're going to see my husband with my little girl on his chest because she got a little tired from the travel. And the caption reads, "I'm starting our journey with the Portland International Airport because I really was so happy to be able to see it. We do not get to travel much, and so landing in this airport with my little family was very exciting to me." And let me click out of this, and here is the Portland International Airport. We move on to the area where we stayed at our hotel. I tried to map this trip as much as I could, and we ended up a little bit further away from the downtown area in an area called Gresham. The awesome part about the hotel we stayed in was that it was right across the street from the Red Sunset Park. And as you can see in the image, it's a really beautiful park. They have so many attractions to see, and my little daughter enjoyed it, walking over there and letting her see the park. So our trip was a family trip, but we were mostly there so my husband could play in a huge softball tournament that he participates in every year in Gresham, Oregon. Although we mapped it out in correlation to the parks my husband might have to play at, the hotel ended up being very far away from the parks and from the city. The great part, however, was that the hotel was located across the street from, as I mentioned, the Red Sunset Park, which was beautiful, and my little girl really enjoyed it. And let me click out of here. And you can see this is basically where the area of the hotels was, and this is the Red Sunset Park, which is huge. They have their own lake and everything. Next stop, and actually our very first stop from arriving in the airport, was a place called the Killer Burger in downtown Portland. This place was amazing. I'm giving you the street view here, and then I will exit out of it. It's a beautiful city. So here's Killer Burger in downtown. This is my little girl at the restaurant. They have the best burgers there. My particular favorite is a peanut butter pickled bacon burger. We were there for about a week and a half, and we went to Killer Burger 3 out of those 5 days, almost 7 days. Aside from the airport, the very first stop we made was at Killer Burger. Killer Burger has one of the world's best burgers, in my opinion. Again, my personal favorite, the peanut butter pickle bacon burger. If you guys are over there, please try it. It is amazing. And then next stop we have West Delta Park in Portland, Oregon. Again, because we were there mostly for my husband in order to play softball, we spent a lot of our days here at the West Delta Park in Portland, Oregon. This park is amazing because I'd never seen anything like it. If you can tell here, these are back to back to back to back softball fields. It's pretty amazing. And in addition to that, there has hundreds of acreage around it and things you can see in the park. But this was mainly the portion we were at because of the softball tournament. So other than having a nice family vacation, the main reason we were in Oregon was so that my husband could play a huge yearly softball tournament held at West Delta Park. This park was so beautiful and massive, I had never seen any softball fields back to back the way they were organized here. And next up is Camas, Washington. So being in Portland, Oregon, you're right on the border of Washington as well. You can literally drive for 3 minutes and then you're in Washington. I found Camas, Washington as I was scouting hotels in the area, and this is such a beautiful little town. Let me just click through it for you a little bit. It's a small little area in Washington, And basically everything you see here is just nice and quaint, beautiful lush trees. And this is basically what it looked like during the time of year we were there. And let me exit out of this. You can see everything's pretty green out here. The same applied for Portland, Oregon. Everything was absolutely green and beautiful. I accidentally stumbled upon Camas, Washington while I was doing research for hotels in Portland, Oregon. Unfortunately, at the time I was looking to book a hotel, the little one hotel in Camas could not accommodate us. This adorable little town is close to the Portland, Oregon border, and I could not pass up the chance to visit it myself. So during one of the times my husband had a long day at the softball field, I went away and went to visit Camas, Washington. It was gorgeous. And the next up we have Portland's Children's Museum. The Portland's Children's Museum was absolutely wonderful. It is located in an area of Portland that is centraled with other parks. So right next to it is the Portland, Oregon Zoo. And because we had our little girl with us, we thought it'd be a nice thing to do one special thing just for her. Although we took her everywhere, this was just for her, and she loved it. So let me just take you out to the street view. So this whole thing is a museum, and then they have a maze and a little hiking trail for the kids, and then off to the side there are more activities, and you can see that in the picture where my daughter is standing in like a water maze they've constructed. She absolutely loved being at the museum. The Portland's Children's Museum is an interactive children's museum located in Portland's Washington Park, adjacent to the Portland, Oregon Zoo. Since visiting Portland, Oregon was not only our little girl's first trip, it was also her first time flying in a plane. I thought it was important that we also do something fun and commemorative for her. She was 1.5 years old at the time, and I'll never forget the joy on her face as we walked through the entire museum. She absolutely loved it. Next stop is Voodoo Doughnut in downtown Portland. Voodoo Doughnut was so fun. It was a huge line to get through, but it was so fun, and this is the street view. Most everything in downtown Portland looks just like this. There are major skyscrapers, but everything is brick and really nice there. So let me take you out of the street view. And here we have the positioning of Voodoo Doughnut in downtown Portland, Oregon. And as you can see in the image, everything is fun and colorful, and it really was a treat just to get to try these donuts and to stand in the line. This place was so much fun to visit. There was, of course, a long line to buy donuts, but even the standing in the line was fun. They have all sorts of fun donuts, like their very famous Voodoo Doll Doughnut, Maple Bacon Bar, and an Old Dirty Bastard, plus a few other inappropriately named yummy donuts. And let me take you out of here. And our last stop in our Portland, Oregon trip is Multnomah Falls. Here we have Multnomah Falls. As you can see, it's a very popular tourist attraction, and so we had to make sure we went to see it. Here are the falls in the back. Here are their famous bridges as you hike up through the park. It's my husband, my little girl, and myself. And this major tourist attraction was amazing to see. The drive into Multnomah Falls base was full of lush greenery to one side and an icy river to the other. Although the hike was more than I bargained for, it did feel exhilarating getting to the top. The waterfalls we saw along the hike made it even more beautiful and memorable. It was absolutely wonderful to share such a beautiful place with my little family. And of course, I will never forget our first trip together to Portland, Oregon. Let me scroll back up. Here are the falls. It is really, really beautiful. And at the base, here, I don't know if you can see it, they have a huge lodge, and you can get all kinds of goodies and treats and chocolate and fudge. So please, next time you're in Portland, Oregon, please take a look. It is really, really beautiful. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.